So this is my endgame alliance. Team Superfly Cluster, a turnaround crew. That's our alliance. And we're going up against Weapon X Masters. Not sure. I don't believe that we went up against them before. So we're just going to show you the main counters that I have been using. We got some great shot callers on the team. So we got Eddie, we got Optimator, we got Big Boss Newt. Let's see how the alliance fared. Big punch up here. We have Cabal, Apocalypse, and Kang going into Astral. Now the way I understand this counter is we need to go ahead and get that vulnerable first on Emma Frost X-Men up there. Dorky Dad said if the Emma Frost and the Shadow King are next to each other, go ahead and do it like that to try to get that speed reduction on all three, which did not happen. And I didn't get the vulnerable, so we're gonna go like this. I didn't do it correctly. I should have went after Emma Frost. She would get the stun, but instead we're gonna just have to go with what we got. We get the KO on Shadow King, so that's good, right? We're only part way done though. The problem is Emma Frost is still up and around. She's gonna disrupt what I want to do, and I need to get through Doctor Strange before Emma gets to do what Emma does, or else I could potentially still lose the match, right? It's great we got Shadow King down, we got Shadow King out of the way, but if Emma Frost is still on the board, she's gonna be a problem. If I can't get Strange under control, he's gonna be a problem. Because of the knockout punch from Apocalypse, Shadow King won't revive, but he can still keep the team up and running. And Cabal does have a limit, right? They have a lot of moves that come out of the gate fast. They can burst you down, but they will run out of moves. That point, I would be losing control. Astral will take control. They'll heal everything back up, and it'll just be a wasted attack. So I'm just trying to figure out what I can do, if I can control anybody with these moves. I'm panicking slightly because I know I didn't get Emma out of the way. She's out of there right now. 5 on 3. We'll keep the fight going. Gonna go after Strange here. I'm just trying to see if I can get some type of control. He has immunity. I just don't want him to take a turn. So, I mean, we're looking good. We're in really great shape, right? We just don't want to run out of our attack power. Kang doing his special dance here. And that pretty much seals the deal. That's a done one. So this is a counter that's out there. This is something that you can use. It should work for you. Next up, it's a punch down. We have my baby Odin and Liberty going into the Spider Society. Man, bro, it's a relief to get that Odin. It's a relief to get that Odin, and now we can start punching some Mephistos in the face. So essentially, when you get Odin, you want to make sure when you start out with him, you go for that basic attack first. I'm not really familiar with the Liberty team, so we're starting to figure out how they work in actual war here. They have a bunch of effects that stop the other team from moving. You get some nice speed advantages. They get some speed decreases, and a lot of it's just passive abilities. Just passive abilities. It's just saying, hey, you can't move until I move, kind of thing. So it gets you set up properly. Liberty puts taunts across the board. Mephisto, just because of how he works, when you start doing damage, he throws some taunts out there. Liberty takes advantage of doing damage with taunts. So since they're going to make us hit somebody besides Mephisto, we're going to go after Peter B. Parker, because he's always healing the team. He has a lot of sustain, him and Penny Parker there. So they put them next to each other. So that means we can just knock out the support characters, and the damage dealers are, well, we'll get to them when we get to them, right? We're not going to be worried about it. So we're going to go with the basic attack here. We're going to go with the basic. I wasn't sure. We're doing a voiceover. I'm doing a voiceover. So we're going to go with the basic attack there. So now every time I get a hit, I believe Odin counterattacks with that basic. I think that's what happens. So there we go. So now he's just going to burn the rest of the team down. And this is something you can use to knock out Mephistos. I'm so happy that I get an opportunity to punch him in the face. What did we hear from the strike bot? We heard that Annihilus is coming. So I really would like to do a deep dive on that if you're interested. So once again, no more devils, no more demons coming into the game. We got Professor X coming. We got Annihilus coming. So I'm super happy to hear that. I know there's probably going to be some more supernatural cats showing up, but at least the big dogs, he's out of there. He's gone. At least the big dogs are teams that I can get behind. So again, if you got Odin, you use him to punch Mephisto in the face. If not, you're going to have to go ahead and use 2 sacrifice teams to whittle him down so his passive doesn't proc. Liberty can help you burn him down as well. It's another punch down, absolute A-Force into the Illuminati with Captain Britain. If you're looking for some war counters, you can check out Marvel Church. They got a great website. They tell you a bunch of counters and they show you breakdowns for different teams and whatnot. So my alliance, I mean, we use a lot of different stuff, bro. So hopefully I'll be able to make a video. I want to talk about how Alliance War has changed. And it's important that people to know those things. So Kahori goes, we got a bunch of negative effects on the other side, a bunch of stoplights on their side. If we can get through Hank Pym, he is your primary target. If you didn't know, you want to go through Hank Pym because he's just going to cause you a lot of problems. Did you see that hit? Did you see that? Medusa, lots of damage. So this is overkill right here, but it's the team I had to counter. And sometimes that's what you got to do. You're going for speed. You can't always wait. What counters do you have active? These are the ones that I had active. The Illuminati showed up. Somebody has to knock them out so we can get to the next room, or else we're all just standing there waiting. But that's a dub. Another overkill here. We have the Mighty Avengers. We're going into Alpha Flight Super Skrull. Your Mighty Avengers, this might be a waste here, but they're one of the few teams that you can just go in here and get this done. You could use Mercs for money in here as well. Mighty Avengers might be more suited for Mephisto teams. There wasn't one available. Somebody had to knock this out. It's going to be me. So we'll just go here and we can steal all their positive effects. That's what's good about the Mighty Avengers team, is you can steal all their positive effects. So they got Safeguard. Well, that means I got Safeguard. Super Skull is going to go, but I got defense up. I got Safeguard. I got immunity. I got evades. I got deflects. So we'll be able to take that hit from the Super Skrull. I did make a mistake here. As you can see where my who's my guy there? Hercules. So where Hercules is standing, right? He's in the wrong spot. He's going to tank. So I'm exposing my Falcon and my Invisible Woman, which is bad. Boom. Flyby. Everybody's gone, brother. Where has everybody gone? They're out of there, my dude. So I should move. I should swap Hercules and Sue Storm. That way, people don't get splash damage for no reason. See another Super Skrull walking around, so I'm going to use my out of time against this Super Skrull hybrid team. So they have the Phoenix Force members and a couple X-Men members to take advantage of Jean Grey. Some of her abilities, they have callouts to Cyclops, I believe, and Wolverine. So they're just leaning into that little bit of synergy while going for just the overwhelming firepower that the Phoenix Force characters would have. So Black Knight, he's always been a counter. Yeah, he's pretty much, since he came into the game, he was a counter for the Super Skrull. So that's why we picked him here. My out of time, as you saw, isn't very strong. So he did his job. He got rid of the Super Skrull, but they are an older team. Phoenix got turned up. We got new Omega Red Phoenixes in there, new stats. So they're taking it really well, but that's what out of time does initially, right? So after a couple turns, the first couple turns, they don't take a lot of damage. They reduce a ton of damage their first couple turns, but after that, they're just like everybody else. And since they got older stats, if I'm not able to get rid of these characters within the first couple turns, once these guys, go back to their normal self, so to speak, I'm going to be taking some big hits. So I'm not too worried about Cyclops and Wolverine, except for Wolverine looks like he just keep coming back. I'm not too worried about them. We need to drill through the Phoenix Force characters. If I can get one of them out of the way, that'll make me feel a lot better. And I can't remember. See, what did we lose? We already lost somebody. As long as we didn't lose, yep, Peggy there. As long as we didn't lose her, that'll make me feel okay. I got her standing maybe too close to, well, there's tanks either way, so maybe I should have put her in the middle. She might be in the wrong spot as well. Wolverine's down again. Looks like he's staying down. And I couldn't remember if I knock out Omega Red, will Phoenix revive him? I know she does in Crucible, but that might be a Crucible only mechanic. But I couldn't remember off the top. Now they put a lot of stoplights on my side. That's not looking good. We're just going to keep going after Phoenix here. And this is still like Jean Grey Phoenix, right? She's not even Dark Phoenix yet, I think. So I'm getting a little nervous. Peggy's gone. That's not good. Peggy's gone. That's not good. We're going to keep the defense up here. Now I'm starting to worry. So again, I've been sitting playing this for a little bit, and I'm like, well, maybe she doesn't. Maybe Jean doesn't revive Omega Red unless we're in the Crucible. She's down. Dark Phoenix is on the board. I do have a couple charges, and I'm hoping that those charges can help me knock one of these guys out. We'll go after Phoenix because I don't want her to use her ultimate because she's just going to drain everything and heal back up. So we'll just go ahead and with the original plan to knock her out. She does the ultimate, but she's got a heal block with a trauma, so she doesn't heal. 3-on-1. So Cap is mostly just there to hopefully take hits. Starbrand is not doing much. Well, look at that. Opened my mouth and he got a trauma stun on the board. So skipped a turn from Omega Red to get me back in control, but that was close, right? We almost did not succeed. We almost did not succeed. But obviously we got it wrapped up. Let's move on to what's next. There's another Illuminati on the board, so we'll go with Nowhere. It's a 1 million punch up. So I know it's possible. We're going to go over here. It's just Nowhere is a bit old. So we got several videos of individuals pulling this off, but I lost a member right away. Just means that I have a smaller group of people that can get hit, right? So the chances of the people getting hit that you don't want starts to go up. Cosmo's gone. Now I have no way of healing. It's Thor's turn. I can get the ability. So that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to dial in on Hank if you can. If Captain Britain gets that taunt like that, you're supposed to drill him out. But again, I couldn't finish him off. So now he cloaks. 3-on-5. It's not looking good. Super Saiyan mode from Nova. And I just can't get any knockouts. Like all of those moves. So 3 moves in a row were supposed to knock somebody out. The difference in power is just a little bit too much. I bit off a little bit more than I could chew. So I'm at 3 versus 5 here. At what I want right now to happen, it should have been 3-on-3. So Captain Britain should be down. Hank Pym should be down. And it should just leave Black Bolt, Shuri, Mr. Fantastic. And right there, right, I should be able to handle that. But since Captain Britain's still on the scene, 2-on-4, it's just not going the way I want. We need to knock somebody out here. We'll go at Fantastic. Yeah, I'm hoping we can get him. He blocked it, which still was enough. 2-on-2, but one of those guys is Captain Britain. So Thor, he's probably not going to be able to pull it off. Let's see here. Well, we got him, but yeah, couldn't get Shuri. So the combo works. I just did not do it correctly, and maybe I punched up a little bit too high. Another Alpha Flight, so we'll go with Mercs for money. So this is a punch across pretty much. Pretty equal in power. Basically, you just hit auto, brother. You just hit auto. The team hopefully sustains itself, and you just get Old Man Logan to his ultimate and his special, and that should zero the team. So again, the whole point is just a sustain of the Mercs for Money team that can withstand the onslaught from Alpha Flight. And then you're just leaning into Old Man Logan. They got Jean up there. So for her to go Dark Phoenix, just as a little bit extra threat. Normally, you would see a Super Skrull in there because this team stops you from being able to use the Black Knight, which is a natural counter to the Super Skrull. So if I used Out of Time here without Black Knight, people are still getting the win doing that. But you see how I already used my Out of Time earlier. All right, here he is. Old Man Logan. Everybody's still standing. Not for long. There we go. So tide turns relatively quickly right there. It's just a matter of sustain. This team has the sustain to hold on. Yeah, man, it's money in the bank. The Dark Phoenix, in this case, shouldn't do anything. You got to do something, right? They're just trying different things, plug and play, trying to trip people up, getting people to double think, well, if she's there, does that change my counter? With Mercs for Money, no, it's still good. Infestation, we have some old pieces of the Sinister Six. We got Titania. This is a combo that works. So the whole thing here is we need to put a vulnerable on big time Spider-Man. So we'll go do that. And then you just want to hit him that one time. You don't want to hit him anymore because that makes the rest of his stuff activate and you will lose. So if we get another opportunity to hit somebody else, we'll go down here at the bottom, Black Widow, because she can speed people up. We'll ability block her. It did not land. Now we go back with the Spider Slayer. And because of the ISO 8 there, he's out. Okay, so that's the main thing, but that's only the first part of the problem. You need to contain the rest of the team. It shouldn't be too much of a problem. They do have increased stats, so things are not going the way I would like them to go. We got Chain Lightning here. This should eliminate somebody. And it did not. Yellow Jacket had an evade. That's why I didn't target him. And I'm starting to lose control here. So the boss is not going to be happy. This looks like I'm going to lose. Dropping attacks is bad, especially here. This is not an attack that I should be losing. So the boss is not going to be happy to see that one. But it is what it is. We'll have to come back in and clean it up with somebody else. Now, for those who don't know, when we talk about the changes to Alliance War, this is one of the reasons why. It's because I dropped that attack. There's alliances that would have been the end of my career with that alliance. They removed me that day. The results are in, and we got the dub. So overall, 164, 131, if I'm keeping records correctly. 1-0 against Weapon XX Masters. Haven't faced off against them before. We got Optimator. One of the main shot callers is the MVP. So what do you guys think about the changes to Alliance War? War 2 times a week, the different teams on offense and defense. I mean, are you a war player? Like, I like it. I like Alliance War. So I'm really curious as to what you think as the community. Really, for real, we need to talk about this more. Hey, but if you haven't seen this video right here, please check it out. It's legit.